This is SoIN.
This is SoIN.
This is SoIN. This is SoIN.
This is SoIN.
This is SoIN, presented by NWSB, and I'm Angie Fenton. Merry Christmas Eve. Sit back, grab a cup of coffee or cocoa, and join us as we celebrate Southern Indiana and beyond. They often say kids say the darndest things. Well, there's someone who knows that for sure. Santa Lincoln is joining us today. Santa, I mean, could that not be any more true?
Oh, it's the truth. And you don't realize it until you're with these little ones and they have the opportunity to be real candid and real honest and real truthful with us. And boy, they say some funny stuff.
Before we talk about some of the best and I would bet most memorable stories, you're known as Santa Lincoln.
Yes.
And you're part of a brotherhood of Santas that are out there doing the goodwill at this time. But before this time of year, how do people know you?
I'm a local small business owner. I'm an auctioneer by trade, so I'm a fast talker and a realtor, and I've always been real good in front of people. And a lot of times in selling houses, you got to deal with people's kids because they're everywhere. And I always had this ability to just really zone in on those little kids, keep everybody calm, and talk to them like, this may be something. This might be something. And so I was able to join the International Brotherhood of Real Bearded Santas. And I'm a member and a proud member of that, and have learned that, you just have to get out there and spread love and share energy with people as much as possible. And while I do it intensely, for 8 weeks out of the year, my Santa heart is with me every day. And that's the best part of it.
Well, Santa Lincoln, I've watched this journey because you started sharing on social media. Facebook and then TikTok and boom. It has blown up and the reactions have been incredible. And almost, I'm just going to take a guess, 99.9% absolutely positive. And I think that other little tiny minority are going, what? Why would you do this?
Yeah. Well, if you know me, you know why I do it, right? Because I'm a super involved person in our community, from Dare to Care to philanthropy to the Clark County Youth Shelter, all that stuff. It's just always a big part of my DNA and who I am. And I'm like, there's no better way to spread love and spread the message. I've done Secret Santa stuff in the past before, but not in a full suit. This year, I did an amazing thing, a neighborhood, somebody that lived in a neighborhood, a man lost his job, and the neighbors rallied and raised cash for Christmas and put it in a box and wrapped it and gave it to me, and I went and dropped it off to his house, knocked the door on a Saturday morning at 9 a.m., and he comes out all disheveled and his pajamas on. He had no idea, and I go, Santa here with a gift for you. Your neighbors love you. And I gave him the gift. And to see, and he didn't even know what was in the box, right? But to be in that moment with him, that he got this gift that he wasn't expecting, and I got to be the vessel that helped deliver that, I'm right where I need to be.
I think one of the most heartwarming parts, I'm just going to admit it, I have just sat there and binge watched your TikTok sometimes when I'm in need of a boost. Because what I love about it is that you saw something, I can do this, and I can spread some joy in a world that needs it. And then you didn't just do it. You did it. Just being in your presence is magical. So what is that like when you know that you get to do something like that and give people what we are so lacking right now, that love, that joy, an unconditional ear to hear what they have to say?
It gives me the chance to be a rock for people and something to hold on to from their past, in the magical moment of what they have from Santa in the past, and then in the present, how the vision of Santa and being around me one-on-one, how that affects them in the present day. And then most importantly, I bring hope and belief in the future and joy and happiness and love for all to everybody. And so we cover the past, present, and the future as Santa. So, 2 years ago when I started this journey, first time I put on my full Santa suit a year ago, I looked in the mirror and I kid you not, Angie, I started crying.
Aww.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is it. This is my coming out as Santa story.
Mm-hmm. Now you said previous or during the prior part of the year, you are a small business owner.
Mm-hmm.
Are you still able to though during this holiday season, during the Christmas season?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you,
I don't sleep much.
when you auctioneer, do you throw in a ho, ho, ho?
Mm-hmm.
How do you
so my auction operation is all online.
Okay.
And my real estate business is all relationship driven with people. And I have 3 team members that work for me and they keep my auction business going. And I focus on real estate and being Santa.
So you can take literally the Santa hat off, and sometimes you do. But I also know you've got to keep that Santa hat very close because you're booked.
I am booked. We're real busy. We have the city of Charlestown, the city of Jeffersonville, Ivy Tech, several corporate events. We have over 75 home events, 150 different scheduled time slots. We're doing multi-sensory night in our Santa studio in Charlestown, Indiana, where kids that are on the spectrum or special needs gives them a nice, safe, controlled environment where they can come and have a one-on-one Santa experience. Because, taking your kid who's on the spectrum to the mall has nothing to do with fun and being seen with Santa. But we are able to dial it in.
What's the funniest thing you can recollect quickly, because I'm sure you could sit and think, that a child has said to you?
The other day, I was at a elementary school and a kid sit on my lap and he goes, I know what I want, Santa. And my favorite thing is to be in the chair. Hands down, being Santa, the best part is being in the chair because you can, work back and forth with kids and talk to them. And he said, I want a BB gun for Christmas. And I'm like, well, what they say, and I can't say that. I can't, but I can say I want you to be careful. I said, because you know what can happen, don't you? He looked right at me, he goes, I'll shoot my eye out. And he hopped off my lap and took off running. He knew.
He knew. Set it all up right there.
He set it up. And that was fun.
So I have to just tell you this. So this year, my daughter is 6, and she shared what she's been asking for. And one that I love is a kite. That's one of my favorite things. So she wants Santa to bring her a kite, and then a bunch of dolls that are Vampirina and all these things.
Oh, yes.
But last year, and someone caught this on video, I was mortified because there is my daughter who is looking like this, and she's got some tears in her eyes, and she walks up to Santa and she asks Santa and says, my parents have been working so hard. For Christmas, could you send them some elves so they don't have to work so hard? And I was like, Olive! On one hand, she was trying to say something. On the other hand, this is a kid who has a small but mighty village of people who ensure that she is doing all of these things. But I'll tell you what, that Santa was so amazing in how he handled that, but it also gave mom and dad a little pause. If she's telling Santa that, how does she really feel? How many times do you get kids who say things like that kind of check the parents?
A lot. And it's like they can say it in front of their parents as long as they've got me right there.
Yes.
It's like it's a safe zone for them. And I've come to figure out that I have a safe zone that's about 3 feet all the way around me when I have my Santa suit on. And people get into that zone, and it's really magical.
I know this is a really busy time for Santa, but if people want to keep up with you, what's the best way to do that?
MyLocalSanta.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Santa
you.
Lincoln.
Merry Christmas.
By the way, am I on the naughty or nice list?
You're on the nice list. You're good.
And you heard it here.
My favorite Christmas tradition is to go see the Nutcracker Ballet at the Kentucky Center for the Arts. My favorite gift for Christmas I have received is a trip to Disney World with my family. My favorite Christmas movie is A Christmas Carol. My favorite Christmas song is Carol of the Bells. I prefer to give gifts. If I had to pick between eggnog and hot chocolate, I would pick eggnog. I decorate for Christmas around Thanksgiving every year. If I had to pick between building a snowman and going sledding, I would choose going sledding. We celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I am most grateful for my family and my daughters.
Okay, I would say my favorite Christmas movie is The Grinch. I love it. It's my favorite. My favorite Christmas song would be All I Want for Christmas by Mariah Carey. I prefer to give gifts is because, like, I don't know, the thought that you put into it for each person, I love that. My most favorite gift from Christmas that I have ever received would probably be when I got Heelys when I was about 12 from my grandma. My favorite Christmas tradition is when we make Christmas cookies every year at my grandma's house. If I had to pick between eggnog and hot chocolate, I would probably choose hot chocolate. Normally, every year I decorate for Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. I would much rather go sledding than build a snowman. I celebrate on both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I celebrate with my dad's side on Christmas Eve and then my mom's side on Christmas Day. One thing that I am most grateful for this holiday season would be all my friends and family.
My favorite Christmas movie is National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, mostly because that was kind of a family tradition that we watched the movie before we put up our Christmas lights at home. My favorite Christmas song is very tough for me to choose because I love Christmas music. I love the Christmas holiday in general, but my favorite Christmas song would probably be Oh Holy Night. Everyone loves to get gifts, I think, but I do enjoy giving gifts. I come from a big family, so it's always fun to share gifts with each other. My favorite gift that I've received for Christmas is probably something that was most memorable for me. I was like 4 or 5, and I remember opening a Christmas kitchen or a play kitchen, and so that was probably my most favorite gift that I remember. Favorite Christmas tradition would probably be the fact that it's usually when all of my family can get together and come together, so it's a big family time for us to spend together. And then Christmas decorations probably would be next, decorating for Christmas. If I had to pick between eggnog and hot chocolate, I would pick eggnog. Typically, I decorate for Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. Would I rather build a snowman or go sledding? I think it would depend on how many people were with me in the action. So building a snowman you can do by yourself, but sledding's a lot more fun whenever you have a group of people together. So I can't choose one. I like them both. Do I celebrate on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day? We celebrate both days. Christmas Eve is usually extended family celebration, and then Christmas morning is when we celebrate with my family at home. One thing I'm most grateful for this holiday season is spending time with family and loved ones, just having the opportunity to spend that time together.
My favorite Christmas song is Up on the Housetop, mainly because my dad, a long time ago, put his own name in instead of Santa Claus or Saint Nick. So it's Down Through the Chimney Comes Big Jim Finch. My favorite Christmas movie is White Christmas. I like to receive and I love to give gifts. So I kind of like to do both. My favorite gift that I've got for Christmas is when my whole family used to be able to get together for Christmas morning. My parents, my sister and her family, and me and my family. And that's the best Christmas ever. My favorite Christmas tradition is getting up on Christmas morning, making monkey bread, and then opening presents. If I had to pick between eggnog and hot chocolate, it would definitely be hot chocolate. I start decorating for Christmas usually Thanksgiving weekend because I have a lot of stuff that I put out and it takes me a while to get it all decorated. I like building a snowman, but I think my favorite would be going sledding. We celebrate Mainly Christmas Day, but we usually have some kind of a get-together on Christmas Eve with extended family. So we do both. The most that I'm grateful for this year is being with all my family. They're very important to me.
You're invited to join us at Trinity Church in New Albany to celebrate the gift of Jesus and the true meaning of Christmas with a casual family service on December 24th at 7 p.m. At 10 p.m., join us for a candlelight Christmas Eve service with traditional carols and choral selections with a full orchestra. Come early and enjoy an organ prelude and 20 minutes of music beginning at 9:40 p.m. This Christmas Eve, you belong here at Trinity Church in New Albany.
My favorite Christmas tradition would be White Elephant with my dad's side of the family. We always do gifts around our house, so they're always funny. My favorite Christmas movie would either be Elf or The Grinch. My favorite Christmas song would be Silent Night. I prefer to give gifts. My favorite gift that I received for Christmas would be a trip to Disney. If I had to pick between eggnog and hot chocolate, it'd be hot chocolate. I decorate for Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. I would rather go sledding than build a snowman. I celebrate Christmas on both. We do one with my boyfriends and one with my side. I am most grateful for family this season. We get to finally have everybody under the same roof again.
My favorite Christmas gift I've ever received as a child would have to be an electric scooter, but as an adult, it would be the Kindle. My favorite Christmas movie is the Jim Carrey How the Grinch Stole Christmas. My favorite Christmas song is All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey. I prefer to give gifts, but I'm terrible at keeping secrets. My favorite Christmas tradition is opening up pajamas the night before Christmas so that we can have them on Christmas morning. If I had to choose between eggnog and hot chocolate, it would definitely be hot chocolate. I decorate for Christmas as soon as possible. I would rather go sledding than build a snowman because sledding's so much fun. I celebrate Christmas whenever my family does. This holiday season, I'm most grateful for spending my daughter's first Christmas together.
My favorite Christmas movie would have to be The Elf. I watched it a lot growing up with my dad, and it's just been my favorite one ever since. My favorite Christmas song would have to be Last Christmas. I prefer to give gifts just because I like to see people's reactions whenever they get something that they've been wanting for a long time. My favorite gift I have received for Christmas would probably have to be my cat that I got. It was a very unexpected Christmas gift, but we did find him right around Christmas time. So he's been my favorite one. My favorite Christmas tradition would have to be when my family and go out and get a ornament that is customized with all of our names, and we try to pick out a different one every year. And we've done it for over 12 years now. If I had to pick between eggnog or hot chocolate, I would pick hot chocolate. My family and I decorate for Christmas the day after Thanksgiving. If I had to choose between building a snowman or going sledding, it would have to be going sledding just because I did it a lot growing up. We celebrate on Christmas Day. I am most grateful this holiday season is having a healthy family and being able to spend time with them on the holidays.
My favorite Christmas movie would be Home Alone and Christmas Vacation. My favorite Christmas song would be Holy Night. I prefer to give gifts instead of receive them. My favorite Christmas gift would be my grandbabies. My favorite Christmas tradition is just getting the family together for a good meal and the companionship. If I had to pick between eggnog and hot chocolate, it would be definitely hot chocolate. When I decorate for Christmas, it is usually the weekend after Thanksgiving. If I had to pick between going sledding or building a snowman, it would probably be going sledding. We celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve. The one thing that I am most grateful for this holiday season is my family and my friends.
My favorite Christmas movie is Home Alone, specifically Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. My favorite Christmas song is actually called A Christmas Song. I prefer to give gifts. My favorite gift for Christmas I received was a bracelet that my mom got me, and it has an angel wing on it, and it's for my grandmother who passed away. My favorite Christmas tradition is going over to my mom's house for Christmas Eve and playing board games. If I had to pick between eggnog and hot chocolate, it's definitely hot chocolate. I decorate for Christmas the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I would much rather go sledding than build a snowman. I celebrate on both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. One thing that I'm most grateful for this holiday season is my friends and my family.
I definitely prefer to give gifts. I enjoy watching other people get to open their gifts and seeing the happiness or the excitement they get with the gift that we give them. My favorite Christmas movie is The Christmas Story. It's just always a classic. My favorite Christmas song, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. My favorite or the most relished Christmas gift I think I've ever received, one year would have been a gift my grandfather gave to me. He is a mentor of mine, and he went out and bought Omaha steak boxes for the whole family, which wasn't necessarily the gift that was very thoughtful, but it was just the thoughtfulness of my grandfather to give that to his entire family. My favorite Christmas tradition is spending time with our family. We get to spend time with my wife's family, then with my family, and there's nothing better than just getting to spend that time with those folks that you love during the holiday season. If I had to pick eggnog or hot chocolate, I would pick hot chocolate. We decorate for Christmas very early. My wife definitely changes the entire house, so we try to have things decorated by about the second week of November, which is fitting for our house because we put up a lot of decorations, so if we're gonna do that much work, we wanna have it out for as long as possible. If I would rather build a snowman or go sledding, I think I would rather go sledding. My boys are now to the age that they are older, so they would much rather go sledding than they would to build a snowman. I celebrate on both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with different parts of the family. We see my wife's family on Christmas Day, we see my family on Christmas Eve. The one thing I'm most grateful for this holiday season is family. The health of my family, still having as many family members around that we do. There's nothing better than being with family.
My favorite Christmas song is probably All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey, because it's really fun. My favorite Christmas movie would be Elf. I prefer to give gifts. My favorite gift I've ever received would be Taylor Swift tickets. My favorite Christmas tradition is going shopping locally with my mom. We do that every year. If I had to choose eggnog or hot chocolate, I would choose hot chocolate. I usually decorate for Christmas the first weekend of December. If I had to choose building a snowman or going sledding, I would choose going sledding. I actually celebrate Christmas on both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day with my families. One thing I'm grateful for this holiday season would be getting to spend time with my friends and my family.
My favorite Christmas movie would have to be The Grinch. It's hilarious and it's a classic. My favorite Christmas song is definitely Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. During Christmas, I am definitely a giver. I would love to give gifts rather than receive them. My favorite gift as a mom is anything from my kids. My favorite Christmas tradition would have to be opening a gift the night before on Christmas Eve, one present. If I had to choose between eggnog or hot chocolate, it would definitely be hot chocolate with extra marshmallows. I am a person who definitely decorates in November, like the first week for Christmas. If we got a bunch of snow, I would definitely prefer building a snowman versus going sledding. I celebrate on Christmas Day. I believe in traditions instead of celebrating on Christmas Eve. I think that I'm grateful to be able to provide for my kids this Christmas with how the economy and everything is right now.
Samtec is a kind of a well-known secret here. I wish it was more well-known secret here in Southern Indiana. We were founded in 1976 by a gentleman by the name of Sam Shine and have grown to be a almost $1 billion connector company with almost 8,000 employees around the world. Samtec manufactures any type of electronic connector. Anything electric uses some type of connector, whether to make it go faster, to make more data to come through your computer. Those are the type of connectors that Samtec makes. Samtec Cares is our grant program and it's a part of our overall corporate giving. We're so excited that since 2018, we've given away over $3.5 million to 125 worthy nonprofits in our community. And we have helped things from schools to veteran organizations to the underserved majority of our folks in need here in the community. So we're so proud to be able to do that and to be able to give back. We need to have global consciousness of what's going on in our world. And we need to make sure that we're doing sustainable things to make our world a better place. And without having sustainable projects and programs in place, what are we doing, right? Why we have to leave the world a better place than we found it. So Samtech Cares is a proud sponsor of Extol Love. It's another way for us to give back to those nonprofits that we have seen come through our grant program and to give them a helping hand. And we love that Extol is also giving them a helping hand. We kind of find that in today's world, nonprofits don't have a lot of leftover money for marketing and for that type of budget. And our partnership with Extol is giving our nonprofits the ability to reach more people in our community so it gets their message out. Samtech Cares has really allowed me to become more engaged in our community, and it's provided this fulfillment and purpose in my life that I didn't have before. So I think that's kind of the legacy that I would like to leave for others within Samtech, is to be exposed to Samtech Cares, to be exposed to these organizations that are doing wonderful work in our community, and find something that speaks to them and gives them something to be passionate about to help others.
Thanks so much for joining us for this episode of This is SoIN. Have yourself a merry little Christmas Eve and happy holidays.